About half of registered voters have told pollsters that if given the chance, they would replace both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump on this year's ballot. Enter Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
If you picture what this country is going to look like in November, if either President Trump or President Biden won, the division is going to continue, the anger, the vitriol, the chaos, the polarization is going to worsen. The only way to end that is through my successful candidacy.
Kennedy, with a gravelly voice due to an uncurable neurological disorder, was not deterred by his inability in the Democratic Party primaries to unseat Biden.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not going to be the next president of the United States.
That's Georgetown University Associate Professor of Government Hans Noel with the consensus of political scientists. But what worries both the Biden and Trump campaigns is the possibility of Kennedy on the ballot in the half dozen or so swing states, where his mere thousands of votes could
change the outcome of that state. Then, of course, that tips the direction of that state. If that state's large enough and the ultimate election is fairly close, which is what we expect, then it could change the outcome of the race.
I'm going to be on the ballot in every state by election day. I'll be on the ballot in every state by July.
The candidate has one advantage over other third-party contenders also on the presidential ballot in some states this year: name recognition. His father was Bobby Kennedy, a major contender in the 1968 Democratic Party presidential primary until he was assassinated. His uncle was President John F. Kennedy, slain while in office in 1963.
The Kennedy family is not happy at all that he's running, and they've made a number of efforts to make that very clear.
Such as this one, with Biden surrounded by Kennedy family members, including Kerry Kennedy, the independent candidate's sister.
We want to make crystal clear our feeling that the best way forward for America is to re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to 4 more years.
Without harassment from the federal government.
Kennedy's controversial beliefs about vaccines, the origins of COVID-19, and the assassinations of his father and uncle have attracted some supporters, according to Professor Noel.
Kennedy is much more popular among Republicans than he is among Democrats right now. But that's probably mostly because he's a Democrat or former Democrat who says bad things about other Democrats. And so Republicans like to hear that, and they think that sounds interesting. But they're probably not going to vote for that over Donald Trump.
Kennedy's team declined our request to make the candidate or a surrogate available to VOA, saying the campaign has decided to only grant interviews to U.S. press with targeted U.S. audiences at this time. Steve Herman, VOA News, at the White House.
I'm going to take back this country with your help, the help of all the homeless Republicans and Democrats.